What's up, boys and girls? Today is June 16th, 2010, and this is the Tech Report. So I'm sure most of you by now have seen the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Yes, how it's an old-ass movie. And if you haven't, I suggest you go see it. The reason I'm bringing this movie up is because in this movie, Tom Cruise is using a really, really badass fucking computer. And if you ever saw the movie, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, I fucking want one of those. Well, your wait has come to an end.
And invited us to come out from MIT and design the interfaces that would appear in that film. And the great thing about it was that Alex was so dedicated to the idea of verisimilitude, the idea that the putative 2054 that we were painting in the film be believable, that he allowed us to take on that design work as if it were an R&D effort. And the result is sort of gratifyingly perpetual. People still reference those sequences in Minority Report when they talk about new UI design. And that led full circle in a strange way to build these ideas into what we believe is the necessary future of human-machine interface. The spatial operating environment, we call it. So here we have a bunch of stuff, some images. And using a hand, we can actually exercise 6 degrees of freedom, 6 degrees of navigational control. And it's fun to fly through Mr. Beckett's eye. You can come back out through the scary orangutan. That's all well and good. Let's do something a little more difficult. Here we have a whole bunch of disparate images. We can fly around them. So navigation is a fundamental issue. You have to be able to navigate in 3D. So from there to the world of real work. Here's a logistics system, a small piece of one that we're currently building. There's a lot of elements, and one thing that's very important is to combine traditional tabular data with three-dimensional and geospatial information. So here's a familiar place, and we'll bring this back here for a second. Maybe select a little bit of that, and bring out this graph. And we should now be able to fly in here and have a closer look. And these are logistics elements that are scattered across the United States. One thing that three-dimensional interactions and the general idea of imbuing computation with space affords you is a final destruction of that unfortunate one-to-one pairing between human beings and computers.
So if you haven't heard by now, Xbox has come out with a new Xbox. Still called the 360, of course, new design. And I only have one issue with this thing. It says it's Kinect compatible. So does that mean the others aren't? Now really, if I'm going to have to buy a brand fucking new 360 just so I can use the Kinects, Xbox failed miserably. This here is the new Nintendo 3DS. Never been a big fan of Nintendo systems except of course for the original. And this here, it's kind of side-scrollish, 3D-ish looking, not really know if it's going to work very well type. I don't think I'm going to buy it. So, yeah. Good luck with that. So, on a side note, BioWare came out today with their new cinematic trailer called Hope for the Star Wars The Old Republic game. Looks fairly good. However, it was very, very large. So I could not fit it into this video. So what I did was I put a link here. See, on my hand. See, a little link here. And then there's another one down here. Down here, underbar, that thing. So yeah, click it, enjoy it, watch it. This was Shocks, and I'll see you next time.